afternoon, this is Rico of Reap Success and welcome to another episode of Just the Tip, a vidcast series where we share our thoughts, our insights, and perspectives on different situations in work, in life, and in business. Bago po ang lahat, pakifollow po kami sa mga social media accounts namin. Makikita niyo po yung details sa ating caption. And to find out more about us, who we are, and how we help organizations and businesses reap success, please visit our website as seen on the screen, and you may also click the link within the caption. In this episode, we have with us Coach Myya Rosales. And today, pag-uusapan po natin yung mga oras na parang ayaw mong bumangon. Yung mga times na naiisip mong, Lunes na naman? Ano ba naman to? Ang bilis ng weekend. Yan, yung mga ganyang pagkakataon po. O yung mga pagkakataon na nafe-feel natin na kaya naman ang katawan natin, may energy tayo. Pero it's as if we don't want to do anything and we can't do anything. Yan, pag-uusapan po natin yun. Managing emotions and managing feelings. At kasama natin si Coach Myya. She is an international certified meta coach with recognized credentials by the International Society of Neurosemantics of USA in over 40 countries. She is also a licensed financial advisor, a trainer and coach specializing in communication, career planning, leadership, personality development, customer service, team building, relationship management, and change management for a span of 20 years. So, dear viewers, today we talk about managing emotions, and we have with us Coach Myya Rosales. Coach Myya, magandang hapon and thank you again for joining us today sa episode natin ng vidcast na ito.
My pleasure, Rico. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so ngayong hapon na to, Coach, naisip ko pwede nating pag-usapan is yung managing emotions. Kasi hindi ko alam kung napapansin ng karamihan sa atin, sa mga viewers natin. Pwedeng sa self mo, sa self ko, o sa mga kaibigan mo. Parang madalas yung, kahit gusto natin yung trabaho natin, nafe-feel natin na, Monday na naman, bilis-bilis naman ng weekend. Parang lumipas lang yung weekend, Lunes na naman. Di ba? Yung mga ganyang feeling. Tapos parang yung mga umaga na, alam mong kailangan mo bumangon, alam mong gusto mong bumangon, pero parang, ayoko, parang, ito nakakatamad naman. Paulit-ulit na lang to. Wala namang bago. Yung mga ganong, I'm sure na nakaka-relate. Pwedeng marami, pwedeng ilan nakaka-relate sa atin doon sa feeling. So pwede ba nating pwede ka ba mag-share sa amin ngayong hapon na to, Coach Myya, on things like these and how we can parang conquer yung mga ganitong sitwasyon natin.
Okay, thank you for that sharing, Rico. Na actually very relevant talaga yung discussion on emotions, especially during this pandemic. And tama ka, actually itong pandemic, mas dumami actually nagpa-coach sa akin, especially in managing their emotions. And hindi ka nag-iisa sa ganong feeling. Parang, ano na naman ba ito? Ito na lang ba yun? And, but first, before we discuss that, how to manage your emotions, siguro pinakauna muna kailangan maintindihan natin ano ba yung emotion. So what is an emotion? Is it the same as a feeling? Yung ba yung mga yung nararamdaman ko, o ito ba yung mga yung mga bagay na naiisip ko? So ano ba yung emotions? Well, siguro para mas appreciate natin, let's look at the etymology of the word emotion. Yung emotion actually is composed of two words from Latin. So pag sinabi ko etymology, ito yung origin ng pangalan. So emotion came from two Latin words, ex, meaning out. Okay, mga ex to, di ba? Out of my life. Ex, napaka-meaningful ang pag-gano mo. Talagang madin, ha?
Hindi, nire-relate. Fini-feel ko lang yung feelings ng ate.
Okay. Tanong ko pa ano ba yung emotion na in that? Okay. I was about to ask, no? Ex meaning out, and then motion or movere means to move. Okay? So to move out. So emotion would actually be expressed outside of us. Yung makikita mo, or meron siyang manifestation, no? Lalo na sa body mo. Mararamdaman mo siya. For example, pag takot ka, mararamdaman mo yung palpitation ng heart mo. O kaya kapag sobrang lungkot mo, mararamdaman mo parang naiiyak ka. So meron siyang physical manifestation. And kaya nga sabi nga nila, no matter how much you suppress your emotion, lalabas at lalabas siya kasi yun ang nature ng emotion. No? To move you and to, kaya nga move out no? And then sa French naman, hindi ko alam kung tama yung pronunciation ko, pero meron din siyang meaning. Yung literal meaning niya, yung emotion is to excite. So, yun yung literal na meaning. But in the English context, it means a very, very strong feeling. Yun yung emotion. No? Hindi mo siya maitatuwa. Hindi mo siya maikakaila. Naramdaman mo talaga siya. No? And during this pandemic, ang daming mga emotions na lumabas sa mga tao. And halo-halo yan. Pinaka-prevalent yung the emotions or the feelings of fear, yung takot.
Yeah.
Yung takot na baka ako yung tamaan, baka ako magkasakit, baka paano kung tamaan yung parents ko.
Diba? Tapos naiisip mo yung mga kamag-anak na nakita mo.
Yes, exactly. So, tama yan, Rico. Hindi lang yung fear of contacting the disease, but also the fear of losing someone in your life. So, very, very strong emotions, no? And especially dun sa mga nagtatrabaho, yung mga pumapasok mo. Can you just imagine the emotions that they're going through every time they go to work? No? Paano ko ako magdala ng virus sa bahay namin? Paano kung ako yung tamaan, tapos ako yung breadwinner? So ang daming layers na nangyayari. This is a very unusual time for many of us. And that's why I'm glad you have this webinar, no, itong vidcast natin, because managing emotions is more important than ever.
So, bakit? Bakit nga ba, for the sake of our viewers, Coach, bakit nga ba importante, no? Paano nga ba ito makakatulong sa atin? Or ano bang magiging value niya sa atin, no? Especially with yung setting natin na karamihan tayo work from home. Karamihan tayo, or hindi naman siguro lahat nga work from home, may mga lumalabas ng ano. So, we are on really unusual times, no? Iba-iba ng setting ang mga tao. So paano ba 'to makakatulong sa atin, Coach Myya?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked me that. Number one, we have to understand that regardless of whether we admit it or not, or whether we are aware of it or not, emotions affect us. It affects our decision making. It affects our actions. It affects our behavior or even our attitudes or the way we relate to others. No? And depending on the way you manage your emotions, you will actually live in what I call the four matrix or the four quadrants in the emotion. Okay? So if you are just someone who's managing ba, yung sige na, bahala na si Batman, yung ganun. Ang tawag ko dyan, you're just in a survival zone. Okay? You're just surviving. Maayos ko lang tong araw na to. Sige. Okay na ako. You're just surviving. You're not living, but you are surviving. No? But if you are someone naman na you have no time to stop, to breathe, to look into yourself, to be mindful of what's going on, eventually, I will not be surprised, you will be burned out. So marami na ngayon rito nangyayaring ganyan ngayon. Burnout zone. Yung hindi na kaya. In fact, ang dami ngayong discussions sa mga corporations on really ramping up their skills in terms of counseling and coaching their employees. Kasi burnout ng mga tao. And hindi na natin kailangan lumayo. Sa news na lang, ano nangyayari sa ating mga healthcare workers, di ba? They're already in the burnout zone. Okay? Ang daming emotions na nangyayari sa kanila and hindi na-address. No?
Yeah, tama.
And then, okay, we have what you call the recovery zone. So ito naman yung mga taong, they were burnt out, so nag-asa na ng time out. Well, maswerte ka pag ang boss mo very understanding. Meron ako isang nabasa sa LinkedIn. Gusto ko itong nabasa ko na to. Yung kanyang employer, nagpaalam sa kanya for a day off. Di ba usually pag sa company nagpapaalam ka, you have to cite the reason. Sinabi niya, I want to watch Netflix the whole day for my mental health.
Wow.
Pinayagan siya. Okay? So yung HR, sinare niya dun sa group, sinabi lang niya na, I care for my employees. If they need a time off for their mental health, go ahead. Okay? So tuwa ako kasi that HR person helped their staff, their employee, to recover. Okay? Kasi lalo kang burnout, no? Because unless they recover, they cannot go to the fourth zone or the fourth matrix, which is the performance zone, no? Unless we learn to manage our emotions, so hard to move from surviving to burnout to recovery to performance. Okay? So that's why we have to learn how to manage our emotions, especially today, in this day and age.
So thank you for sharing those, Coach Maya. Ako mismo parang napareflect ako na nasang zone ba ako. Kasi, kwento ko lang sa'yo saglit, no? Dahil kukwentuhan naman tayo
Sure.
dito. So, ikwento ko na rin na lately, honestly, I felt burnt out. Alam mo yung, basta parang lagi kang pagod. Parang, hindi naman necessarily na nafe-feel mo na yung, di ba may mga pagod na ramdam mo, sakit ng katawan mo, ganyan. I don't feel those, pero parang ayokong gumalaw. Alam mo yung gano'n? Ayokong gumalaw, ayokong mag-isip. And there was a time, no, this was last week lang eh, na may magme-message sa akin, maririnig ko yung Viber ko, magri-ring, maririnig ko yung Messenger ko, magri-ring. Or worse, may magfo-phone call unexpected. It irritates me. Parang, ano ba naman to? Di ba may mananahimik? Parang ganong feeling, no? I'm sure marami tayo dito nakakaranas ng yun. So, kaya, ako, honestly, nung dinedescribe mo yung surviving, tapos nag-burnout, tapos nag-recover, parang lately na pagdaanan ko lahat na parang, sige, okay, kaya natin to ngayong araw, kaya natin to. tapos nung nawalan ka na ng time to check on yourself, no, parang biglang, andun na siya eh, biglang dive pababa yung
Yes.
emotions mo, yung energy mo. Tapos,
Yes.
medyo nagigilty ka pa niyan. Ba't ba ako na-burnout eh? Lahat sila kaya pa. Ako, ba't ako na-burnout na ako eh? Ano ba to? Ibig sabihin ba, weak ba ako? Ibig ba sabihin nito, ano, hindi ko kaya yung pressure? Tapos biglang darating ka sa stage na, bahala na nga, sige. Eh, wala eh. Burnout ako. So, tanggapin ko na lang. Pahinga ako. Ano bang pwede kong gawin? Ganyan, di ba? Tapos hanggang sa biglang recovering ka na. So,
Mm-mm.
relate
I'm
ako.
glad I'm glad you shared that, Rico, no? Kasi I think that's a good intro to the framework that I would like to share to our listeners or to
Yeah.
our viewers regarding managing emotion. And especially during this time, hindi describe mo ngayon na ba't ganun, parang akong pagod pero hindi naman ako masyado exert ng effort. O ba't parang akong na-burn out na yung iba naman kaya, yung ganun. So and then you start to ask questions even about your own capability or even
Yeah.
your own worth. No? And in fact, right now, merong word na ginagamit ngayon ng mga psychologists sa mga pinagdadaanan ng mga tao ngayon, no? Especially during this pandemic. And they call it languishing. So languishing, in the literal sense, it means not progressing, meaning hindi ka nag-advance. In other words, you're stuck and you don't understand why you're stuck, and no matter how much you try, hindi ka maka-move forward. So yun yung ginamit na word ng mga psychologists for what we're feeling right now during pandemic. I would like to also use another term which is more familiar to us. Kasi ang languishing parang hindi natin normally ginagamit eh.
Yeah.
Pero right now, people are not aware. We're actually going through grief. Communal grief. What do I mean by that? We lost something eh, Rico. What did we lose? We lose that sense of normalcy. We lose that, the things that we love doing. We're not able to do that anymore.
Yeah.
We lose that sense of connection. Okay,
Yeah.
maraming nawala sa atin during this time of pandemic. And that's what languaging is all about. Parang tayong biglang, if I may use the term, parang nagkaroon ng mini apocalypse, parang gano'n. Parang totally tumigil na mundo. Okay? Naalala ko tuloy isang movie, yung When Time Stood Still. Or When the Earth Stood Still pala. Hindi ko alam kung napanood mo yun. Literally dun sa movie, nagkaroon ng end of the world. Yung clock nila sabay-sabay huminto. Parang gano'n yung nangyari sa atin. Huminto ang oras, pero kailangan mo pa rin mabuhay.
Oo.
Kailangan mo pa rin magtrabaho. Kailangan mo pa rin mag-provide sa family mo.
Yeah.
And I can just imagine the amount of emotions and feelings that are going through a person who, through this crisis, through this pandemic, pangalawang lockdown na nga tayo, di ba? ang nasa mindset natin, kailan ba ito matatapos? And yet, you still have to work, to perform, to deliver. Nakakapagod talaga yun. So, I am not surprised if you felt burned out. Okay? Because something is not normal during this time. And yet, we have to accept this. No? So, that's why I'd like to share with the viewers. So, yeah, we're languishing, we're grieving. So, how do we handle this? No? Itong feeling of yung blah. Ito na ba yun? Kailan ba ito matatapos? Wala na ba itong katapusan? No?
O, yung people of my age, we are in our 20s. Naiisip
Mm,
namin, hanggang kailan kaya to? Baka 30 na bago kami makaalis dito or 40 na kami bago kami makaalis dito. So,
exactly.
are
To
we
think
going
that
to get to enjoy our time? Para sa amin, yun ang
exactly.
nawala eh, time. We are supposed to
Yes,
be enjoying our 20s at the same time
exactly.
doing our jobs, doing our work. Tapos biglang
Mm,
wala, 'di ba? So,
exactly. And even if you will go to the other end of the spectrum, yung mga seniors, it's the same thing. Isipin
yeah.
nila, I'm already at the end of, I'm already at the sunset of my life. Is this how my life is going to end? And
Yes.
that's a very terrifying thing to feel, di ba?
Yeah.
Okay. So how do we go about it? Okay, so meron akong acronym, Rico. Mnemonics, para madaling tandaan. So I call this the e.m.o. The
Wow.
e.m.o. project.
Tama-tama,
Oh,
Emo.
alam mo
Galing,
naman, no? Emo. Sa ibang mga, alam ko sa mga generation mo, iba yung ibig sabihin ng emo, no? Medyo may interpretation. But just for us to easily understand and remember, no? So I'm using the acronym. So I'm borrowing it from your generation, although we'll give it a twist, no? So emo, E stands for express. Okay? And then M is to manage. Okay?
Yeah.
And then O is to optimize. Yan. Isa-isahin natin yan, no? One is express. During this time, especially we are in a situation where it's so hard to really connect with friends or even with families kasi nga naka lockdown or yung iba worst case scenario, I have friends buong family nila nagkaroon ng COVID and they have to be isolated in different areas, no? And the first step for us in order to be in order to manage your emotions to express it. Express it. Kung wala kang masabihan, ikaw mismo, you express it to yourself. If you feel lonely, just say, I am lonely. Admit it. Okay? Identify the emotion. Minsan kasi Rico, nahihirapan yung mga tao na i-manage yung kanilang emotion kasi hindi nila ma-identify o hindi nila ma-name. Ano ba ito? Ano ba ito nararamdaman ko? That's why I appreciate yung binigay na name ng mga psychologists about, people are languishing right now. You know what? When they give or when they were able to identify the emotion, nakatulong sa maraming mga tao. Yung pala yun. So parang finally, so what I'm experiencing is normal. O hindi pala ako nag-iisa. So dahil nagkaroon ng pangalan, nagkaroon ng identity, now you can manage it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Parang ano yan, no?
So,
Yung it's the problem well stated is a problem half solved. So nalaman mo
yes,
yung ano yung nararamdaman mo. Now you know or you would
yes,
know how to manage yung problema. No?
exactly, exactly. So the key is for us to identify it so that you can regulate it. Okay? Regulate, not suppress. Magkaiba kasi yon. Okay? So when I say regulate, it means it will still be there. So we're not here naman to remove yung mga negative emotions. It's there. It's happening. No?
Yeah.
And the whole world is going through grief. Lahat tayo, we are grieving. We lose something. We lose someone for some people. Diba? So identify the emotion and then acknowledge, accept it. It's happening. No? And it just recognize that it's normal. Okay? Maraming tao pinagdadaanan ito. And also, it's not easy. No, it's not easy. Talaga namang hindi madali eh. We're not here to sugarcoat whatever you're feeling right now. It is what it is. Okay? You are sad, you're sad. I am lonely, I'm lonely. It is what it is. Call it as it is. Don't sugarcoat it. Grabe ka naman. OA mo naman. Minsan may mga ganun, di ba? OA. You're just being human.
O
Okay?
kaya ano, sasabihin, nasa utak mo lang yan.
No? Well, it's not kasi it affects everything.
Yeah.
It affects your work, it affects your decision, it affects the way you relate to people, no? So yun. So, and that's why, okay, the importance of being able to identify it or to express it is that you learn how to manage it. Yan. Okay. So I'm languishing. So malungkot pala ako. Okay. So now, what do you need to do in order for you to regulate your emotion or to transform your emotion? No? Now, we have to understand the way emotions work. No? Emotions, alam na natin to, it actually occurs here first in our mind.
Yeah.
So parang binagit mo kanina, no? Ano ba ito nangyayari? So marami muna pumapasok sa isip natin. And once these things enter our mind, it will somatize in our bodies. Almost immediate yan. Ang bilis lang yan actually. Pumasok sa isip mo, may mararamdaman ka agad, no? So something similar to our traumas or our phobias. Diba? For example, yung mga takot sa gagamba. Okay? Merong arachnophobia. Kahit nga wala yung actual gagambe, maisip mo lang yung gagamba, mararamdaman mo na sa katawan mo, di ba? The moment you identify your emotions, and then you can now learn how to manage it. Our emotions, they get somatized in our body. So meron siyang physical manifestation. So first step is, when you feel the emotions already, especially very strong emotions, take a deep breath. Okay? Lalo na ngayon, may COVID. We actually encourage people to have breathing exercises. So every day, just be mindful of your breathing. Okay? So take a deep breath, breathe in, breathe out. In fact, Rico, napakadaming app na ngayon na about breathing. And ako, pinaka-favorite ko yung Calm. Meron silang breathing classes.
Yeah.
My best friend, she has asthma. She actually took a Buteco class. Buteco is a breathing method. Okay? But you don't have to take a class for that. So just be conscious of your breath. Because breathing exercises will calm down your body. They'll automatically calm down your body. No? Don't ever think that you are helpless when it comes to your emotion. No? Emotions, usually they don't linger unless you allow it to linger. Do you follow?
Yeah.
Yung pag mas lalo siya, lungkot ko. Naku, ba't kaya lungkot ko? Naku, ba't naman ganun? So ayun, humaba, nagkaroon na ng layers, no? Ang lungkot ko siguro kasi I'm not worthy. Malungkot ako siguro kasi ayan na, nadadagan. It's on our mind, right?
Yeah.
It's on your mind. Yes, it's something that you can control. No? It's something that you can actually manage.
Yeah.
And meron tayong saying here, you cannot control other people, that's true, but you can control your reactions. Okay? So kaya nating kontrolin. So take some time to notice your emotional responses. Ano ba yung mga triggers mo? Okay, ako I'll give an example. Napansin ko, I was sharing to my husband, who is also a coach, the primary emotions ko during this pandemic, Rico, is anger. Okay, you'll be surprised. Mukha ako mabait, pero nagagalit ako sa news na nakikita ko. For example, I feel angry with many negative news, especially when it comes to dealing with the pandemic. So talaga nagagalit ako. Pero ang nangyayari tuloy, dahil nagagalit ako, napapansin ko, nagiging maiksi yung pasensya ko. So, minsan bubuntunan ko yung husband ko, nasusungitan ko, no? And I realized, no, because of, nabanggit niya, sabi niya, parang medyo ang sungit mo yata. So I realized that something is triggering my emotion. So when I backtrack a bit, sabi ko, saan ba ito nanggagaling? Kasi minsan ang babaw lang nung outburst ko eh. No? Ang babaw lang minsan. Nakalimutan lang niya lagyan yung kainan ng aso ng pad. Kasi para pag tumatapon yung pagkain, nagagalit na ako sa kanya. Ang babaw. Saan ba nanggaling? So I realized, no, it's actually an effect of series of events. Watching series of negative news that affect my thoughts. So nagagalit ako, nararamdaman ko, tapos biglang may makikita akong ginawa niyang mali. So magkakaroon ako ng outburst sa kanya. Okay? So just being aware of your emotion, looking at your emotional responses, and then look at the triggers. So I made a resolution, okay, babawasan ko. Hindi ko sinabing natanggalin kasi I have to watch news. Pero babawasan ko yung pagiging babad sa news. Kasi minsan tapos na yung regular news, pupunta pa ako sa Twitter, pupunta pa ako sa social media. Susundan ko pa hanggang magkaroon na ng rabbit hole, ano? Lumalim.
Dagdagan mo pa sa sa Google News tsaka sa press reader.
Exactly. Tapos pupunta pa ako sa mga groups, may mga ganung mga theories. No? So, it was not helpful. In short, it was not emotionally healthy. So I have to learn how to manage that, no? Na I have to know what are my triggers. So trigger ko yung news, no? So ano yung may mga trigger mo? So if you already identify your trigger, then you can learn how to manage it. And sometimes you have to stop to slow down, no? So that we have time to recuperate. We have time to recoup, to gather ourselves, to take stock, so that we'll be ready for our game the next day. Very good. And then second, yeah, you're right. Sometimes it's hard to identify kung ano talaga yung trigger, but it's important to have resolution. Like for example, in your instance, baka nga working on weekends, hindi siya healthy for me. So I will decide muna na to minimize that or even to stop about it. Or to stop doing on that day or on my weekend para I can preserve myself. Self-preservation is not a bad thing.
Yung pag sobrang busy, minsan kasi may mga cases na sigurado yung ilang viewers natin nangyayari to yung talagang kahit weekend kailangan sila. May mga ganun eh. So, ako, nung nagka-time na ganun, kailangan ka kahit weekend, I made it sure na yung window na walang scheduled meeting. Mari, 4 hours yon. 4 hours. Totally wala. Just be lazy. Kung ano man gusto mong gawin. So ako, I remember that time I stayed at our dining room. I brewed myself some good cup of coffee. And I read a book. Hindi siya professional book. Leisure, fiction. So, sabi ko, wala akong gagawin. Dito lang ako. Bahala kayo dyan. Pag may nag-Viber, may nag-Messenger, hindi ko kayo sasagutin. Bahala kayo dyan.
Term sila dyan tawag nila, the art of doing nothing.
Yeah.
Yan yung favorite activity ng aking asawa. But we need it.
Magkakasundo kami.
but actually, we need it. We need time to rest. No? And not just physical rest. We also need to rest our minds.
Yeah.
We also need to rest our hearts.
Yeah.
So, hindi lang yung katawan natin. Kasi minsan, yung katawan mo malakas pa rin, isip mo pagod na mag-isip. Alam mo yun?
Yeah.
So, it's good for us to do things that are not within our regular stuff. Not about work or not about anything strenuous, no? But just to relax and to give your mind a breathing space.
Yeah.
Okay? So thank you for that, no? And then lastly, undermanage which for me is also important and it is within our control, is to exercise. Nako Rico.
Kahit simple jog, Kahit simple jog, malaking
tulong. Exactly. But you know what? Kahit magpa-araw ka lang 15 minutes a day, no? Kasi alam na to, studies have shown that exercise and sunlight and samahan pa ng breathing will actually help our bodies, produce the happy hormones na tinatawag, no?
Samahan mo pa nung aroma ng brewed coffee sa umaga.
Ay, yes! Brewed coffee. Woo! Exactly. I'm glad you mentioned that, no? Ako, yun ang aking happy trigger naman. Okay. Happy with coffee. So, exercise so that your body will be able to, produce the happy hormones. At the same time, no, a sound body is a sound mind. A sound mind is a sound body. They go together. So, hindi pwedeng yung mind mo lang inaayos o pinagkatawan mo, hindi.
Yeah.
And mind, body, the state of our mind and our body will actually affect the state of our emotions. Very, very strong correlation. Okay? So, take care of your body. Take care of ourselves. All right? So, the last is optimize. So, first, let's look at the word optimize. So, ano ba ibig sabihin niya? When you hear the word optimize, Rico, what comes to your mind?
Optimize, ibig sabihin for me niyan is, parang sa pera, budget. Di ba? Na ilalagay mo yung pera mo sa mas mahalaga. So, you have the resource, use it for better purposes. So, yun ang naiisip ko pag naririnig ko yung optimize.
That's good. Thank you for that, no? Let me share with you yung sinabi ni Maring Myya Webster.
Maray, ano ba yung ibig sabihin?
Mari, ano ba to? Okay. Sabi ni Maring Myya Webster, no? So optimize is to make the best or the most effective use of a situation, opportunity, or resource. Kaya tama ka sa example mo sa pera, no? In this case, we'll make the best use of a situation, no? Okay. So, what is our situation right now? We are in a pandemic. We are in a lockdown. We are in quarantine, no? Ako, Maya, parang hirap naman. How do you make the best out of this situation? Well, dito na papasok yung ating gratitude. Okay, number one, let's be glad that we're still alive. All over the world, there are millions of people who passed away,
yeah,
or who lost a loved one. No? Talagang everyday na gumigising ako rito, nagpapasalamat talaga ako sa Diyos. Thank you, Lord. We're still alive. Okay? Maybe just to share with our viewers also, my husband and I are COVID survivors. We're just grateful that we survived it. Okay? Because not too many people did. And some people we know, okay, who passed on.
Yeah, same
And
here.
then
Parang
exactly,
obituary yung Facebook mo pag gising mo sa umaga.
yes, no? So be grateful. You exercise gratitude. Okay, that's one way of optimizing the situation. Second is, sinabi ni Merriam-Webster, to make effective use of the opportunity. Ano bang opportunity meron tayo ngayong pandemic? Opportunity to be kind to others. Opportunity to help. Opportunity to
Opportunity to
reach
be
out.
opportunity to be human. To be human.
Exactly.
Diba?
Exactly. Lalo na ngayon, ano, ang daming nangangailangan. Naku, Rico, hindi ko na mabilang.
Totoo.
Napakadami. And I'm glad I have friends who are doing community pantries. Hindi kasi ako makalabas. So, ang ginagawa ko is I extend help to them in whatever way I can. No? We donate, we solicit sponsors. No?
Yeah.
And kahit man lang sa malit na bagay makatulong ka, ay ang sarap sa feeling. Literally, ang sarap sa feeling. Hindi man ganun kalaking contribution, but just being able to help. And kaya ngayon kahit may mga dumadaan dito, for example, sa village, may mga nagtitinda ng kahit ano, taho, o kaya o whatever na ilalako nila, kahit konti-konti bumibili kami ng asawa ko kasi para makatulong kahit paano. Because you never know, no, how are they going to feed their family, no? Tsaka
Yeah.
buti nga they're doing something to earn an honest living. So being kind to others, being there to help others in need, and also being kind to yourself also. Okay? Kasi ngayon maraming mga lumalabas na mga emotions in terms of their self-worth, lalo na yung mga kakilala ko na wala ng trabaho. Talaga naman, grabe na lang nilang sisihin yung sarili nila na ako ba nagkamali, bakit ba nangyari yun, yung ganun. It's nobody's fault. Okay? It happens. We are in a crisis. So being kind to yourself, part of that is sabi mga Rico, yung loving yourself, no? And to do the things that you love. And I believe though yung emotions natin, kailangan natin yan to fuel us to do things better. Okay, to strive more. And to come out of this crisis a better person.
Yeah.
Let us let our emotions work for us, not against us. Yeah, siguro sa una, okay lang, sige, language ka, okay lang yan, go through it, but don't stay there.
Yeah.
Don't stay there. Pick up yourself, no? Pick up yourself. If you need help, you know what, especially ngayon, Rico, na mas acceptable na yung mental health, no? Don't be afraid to ask for help. It's okay, no? Seeking a professional for your mental health, even for your emotional health, is perfectly okay, no? Para ka na din nagpunta sa doktor na merong masakit ang ulo mo, masakit ang tiyan mo. Same thing. I'm not feeling well, then you talk to someone. Okay? That's perfectly okay. So yun. So those are my 3 tips, Rico. So just to summarize, no? How do you take care of your emotions? How do you take care of yourself during this time of pandemic? One is to express your emotions, identify it, okay? Regulate, not suppress, okay? Next is to manage your emotions simply by, doing little things like deep breathing, exercising, okay? And of course, taking care of yourself, taking care of your body, right? Because the way our bodies feel would affect our brains, our minds, and the way our minds think or operate will also affect our body, and they have a take on our emotions.
Yeah.
And the third is optimize the situation. We are living in extraordinary times, living in a out of the box. Okay? Hindi ito yung normal na nakasanayan natin. And yes, it's very sad to think about it, but we can make the best out of the situation. And practicing gratitude, being kind to others, helping others, and also being kind to ourselves, loving ourselves, will help us manage our emotion during this time of crisis. So yun. I hope our viewers learned something this afternoon.
Maraming salamat, no, Coach Myya, for sharing all of these. Kayang-kaya natin to. Kayang-kaya natin to. So, yeah, dear viewers, no, let's all be here together for one another, and let's just all stay strong, no. And remember, express, manage, optimize. it's a good way to move forward, no? Especially sa mga oras na minsan di natin maiwasan, no? Nababurnout tayo or nakaka-feel tayo ng more than burnout, no? So, yun lang. Maraming salamat po, dear viewers, and maraming salamat din ulit, Coach Myya, for joining us today and sharing with us all of these tips, no? And till the next episode. Ingat po lahat.